Hi, this is Larry. We have a big announcement to make. We have a newly redesigned element, and it comes in a package where it is a carry-on case with a pull handle, wheels, and a waterproof container. Okay, and I had severe Lyme disease for like 15 years. I had to be in a wheelchair at times, kind of drilling and all that stuff that comes with Lyme edema, neuropathy, hair falling out, can't hardly see, can't hardly hear, and all that came with, and a massive pain. You name it, had it. I plan on skiing this winter, by the way. So I want to tell you about um, what we have, because it worked for me, and now I beefed it up. And what I did was I made it so you could tell the power going into the unit, you could tell the power going to the coil, you could tell the frequency at the coil, and we can plug in two coils in this unit, and they're both high power. Secret way of I did that. So compared to what we did before, we have something that's way better than before. Bob still makes this if people want to buy it too. It's a good machine. It's good. But what we have is something more useful, more better, no more guessing, no more tin foil putting over the coil or goofy things, or having a separate meter and all that. We have it all built in here. Okay, so let's go skiing when we're 120. This is where my frame of reference is at. So I can tell you that we have a pretty high-tech machine. The power receptacle is high-tech because it looks cheap, but it's been redesigned for 3D printers. And it's used high power for that. So that's what we use here. Again, we have everything meets UL spec, Underwriter's Laboratory. And so again, I'm going to say you know what's going on the coil, what's going on at the coil, which is the delivery device for the magnetic field. And so what we have is a earth field collapse. This whole unit is kind of artificially making the earth field and its harmonics and so on. This is what we can do. It's designed to be high power at the optimum earth field range. So and then above and below, but we've put in a lot of protection in this unit, so it's pretty safe to use. It gets too hot, it shuts down automatically and comes back on, and it lets you know because you can see when it shuts down. These little gauges stick up, so you can see that from a distance while you're laying down. So when it goes off, you can actually see it better. So we did that. Things we thought of, pretty high tech. I'm just giving an example of some. To know what the frequency is on something that's changing the power and everything, you had to, like when I was in school, we had to have a $20,000 oscilloscope. Now we have a part here that and you have to adjust it and make sure that you could read it the right reading, but now we have a meter that can do the same thing from this. It's really hard to detect frequency as it's changing and as the power changes and so on to the coil. Anyway, it's what we have is a really high-tech machine. All the power going in, the frequency going in, and it's also a magnetic field detector. So as the earth field collapses over the next few years, which it is exponentially, and you can't make this up, NASA already did all the studies on it, and it turns out if you were to Google, for instance, if you were to search any search engine, it doesn't have to be Google. In fact, I don't recommend Google anymore. But any search engine, you put in like ions through the cell wall, you'll get about 18 million search results. And my take on that is, why isn't this being talked about? Because what facilitates those ions going through the cell wall is a field effect. And it's the earth field that's doing that. And you may notice that there's a lot more sick people today. And it has a lot to do with the earth field collapse. It's our immune system collapsing. So it's really good. I think this should be in every home, along with the infrared sauna and a whole bunch of other things. And stop eating depleted foods. And gluten, by the way, is glue. It's a protein that's a kind of a glue protein, and it's just not healthy anymore. They did something to the gluten. They want your bread to not have holes in it when it rises, so they put more gluten in it in the wheat. Basically. So you're getting lots of gluten, you're getting lots of glyphosate, which is Roundup, in almost every box of cereal you feed your children, you're getting basically depleted foods. So my motto is kill your TV and grow a garden. Anyway, and that way you know you're not going to be eating depleted foods, and you're not going to be having Roundup sprayed on every single thing you eat. So what basically PEMF does, in a nutshell, is it makes nutritional ions go through the cell wall. We got 18 million search results to say that. So if you get the bioavailable nutrient, the ions, actually the ionic form of the nutrient in your body, your whatever you are trying to repair, and you put the field through it. So I've actually seen instant healing going on. I'm not a doctor, and I'm just kind of a researcher because I had severe Lyme, and I'm a Lyme warrior now. So just trying to let you know what's going on with this. It's an artificial earth field, and it's collapsing. So everybody needs this. And anyway.